Yes, sir. You just found it. Intercourse with you. Let's chat.
Welcome to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. It seems like a lot of people are not really finding their person. They feel that the dating pool is not the greatest. And there are some shows that really try to connect the two people together. There's a show right now that's pretty trendy. It's called Pop the Balloon. It's an online social media show that you can find on YouTube where a bunch of contestants line up and then someone comes out seeking a mate. Then those contestants will either pop their balloon if they find that person aesthetically pleasing, or if they like what they hear, they will keep their balloons unpopped for the chance of getting a date with that person. So those are the topics that we will cover today. We have a few other things in the music corner. We will highlight a freestyle or something from the music corner because we're big on music over here, and so a few other trending topics. We may even have the panel join us for further discussion. So with that said, we thank you guys for joining us today and buckle up for a great show. Money makes the next. On my bitch desk. We'll have a great show for y'all today. Very, very good show. Thank you guys for joining us. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to the Intercourse Show. I am your host, Mr. B. As you can see, I'm just getting my drink. We're about to start the party up and have a great show for everybody. Thank you again for allowing me to entertain you tonight as we are about to talk about relationships. As I've mentioned in the past, we've set up different types of shows that discuss relationships and the state of them. And as some of you may know, the feedback is that people can't find the people that they're looking for. Either the women feel that the men are not of good quality, they feel that the men are poor quality, or the men don't feel that the women have the proper mindset. It just creates for a pretty tumultuous dating environment for the folks involved. So we've been reviewing a couple of different shows. There's some shows online. Pop the Balloon is one of them. Earlier this week, we did a reaction video to one of those shows, and it was a pretty good feedback. It seems like our audience liked it. So we'll go ahead and do another episode. We'll do a review to Pop the Balloon, and we'll just review it and get some feedback, and we'll, give our opinion as we go along in the show. So without any further ado, let's start the Pop the Balloon.
Welcome back to my...
She's one of those top candidates. But anyway, we got to do it officially.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this segment here. Their first impression, I think it's a very, very, very good point. First impression is, it seems like the young lady is a very beautiful young lady. She's very fit. So you can tell she takes care of her body. So that's a great first impression. I think she said she's 27 years old and she's a doctor. So what she does professionally is also something that's commendable. She carries herself relatively well. I am not too sure about the outfit choice. It's a bit revealing. It doesn't scream doctor sophisticated to me, but her demeanor and the way she carries herself says as if she's shy, but the outfit's kind of loud, right? It's kind of showcasing the body a little bit. So I think for some men, maybe that just is a highlight, but I think it sends some mixed messaging for some men, right? If I saw a young lady like that, I would think, oh, there's another side there. You know what I mean? Like, she's obviously soft-spoken and she seems to have a good job, good head on her shoulders. But the outfit choice says maybe she has a little bit of a wild side as well, not to sleep on it, right? So, that's sort of my first impressions. They'll go ahead and highlight their first impressions, and then we'll go ahead and proceed.
First
impression, 15 seconds or less.
Impressions.
Yeah.
We're gonna get right to it, y'all. But here we go.
You take this one. What do you think?
All right. So she's a doctor.
Yeah.
She's a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
She's a TikToker.
Mm.
What can't she do? You know what I mean? And she has a great shape. She's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
She's different. You don't expect doctors to come out like this.
Not like that.
I'm impressed. So far, no red flags. What do you got?
No,
what do you got, Judy? Let's get it. 15 seconds or less.
She presents well. She's educated. I mean, her profession says it all, right? She has a heart. She cares for people.
Right.
I love her energy. She's coming off a little shy, timid. That's fine.
Right.
But no red flags yet.
No red flags.
No red flags yet.
All right.
Yeah.
And you know what? Everyone else, let us know, especially if this is your very first time seeing her. What are your first impressions? Let's get it.
Names, but not cigarettes.
Don't put it like that.
My man was honest. I got to give it to him. He was honest. He said he smoked other things. Other things could be weed. It could be any other thing other than cigarettes. I got to give it to him. He kind of made an assessment. He was self-aware based on what she does, based on his lifestyle. He doesn't necessarily think it would be a fit. Dun, dun, dun. But wait, there's more. By my reading of the body language, it appears to me as if she is naturally attracted to this man. I'm going to actually zoom in so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But look how she's looking at him. And look how he's being. So he's just in his natural state. As far as he could tell, you could tell he thinks she's beautiful. But the look is a look of aesthetically, I think she is pleased by what she sees in this young man. It's just my opinion. I'm just reading the body language. I view it as she's into him. Now, it could be a thing where, he smokes, but that's just where you are in your life today, my man. Like, obviously, at some point, you got to get serious about things. So if a young lady like that would have interest in you, she has a good job, good profession, at some point, when you're looking to settle down, would you allow smoking to prevent you from finding a respectable woman to call your wife or to call your person? Some people want to hold on to certain habits and want to keep people around them that tolerate those habits, even though they themselves know those habits aren't the greatest for them, right? So it's like, to me, I don't think that should be a reason that he disqualifies himself from having a potential young lady like this at his side. But it's clear and evident that you can see a mindset issue here, right? With regards to, do wants a certain type of woman that would be okay with him smoking and doing these things, even though his conscience knows and feels that maybe, that's not what I should be doing with myself, right? But good feedback. I'm seeing a vibe between them two. I don't know, but she's looking at him with the squinty eyes. It's looking like it's a vibe. So let's continue and see what's up.
Hey, bro, calm down. He about to indict him. So
marijuana. Just say marijuana.
Things.
Mary Jane.
He basically said, I pop because I'm not healthy enough to be with you.
Oh.
Yo, this is a crazy interaction. Let me let it run out, though. Here we go.
So is Johnny someone that is your type?
Yeah, I mean, you're a personal trainer. You look very fit. And so, yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Thank you, Johnny. Let's go on over to our next guy.
Your boy wasn't wrong. I told you she was squinting her eyes. She saw the guy, and aesthetically, he was pleasing to her. Period. So a guy like that, and I'm just saying this to men, don't count yourself out of any situation with a young lady. Sometimes you guys may be from two separate worlds, but you might be what she likes. You might represent another side, that she's not accustomed to, and opposites do attract. So maybe your lifestyle is appealing to her because it represents a freedom that she doesn't necessarily have, and she may aspire to that, right? That's when you see like the good girl matches with the bad guy. Why would the good girl be interested in the bad guy at all? Like but it takes her out of the monotony of what she's accustomed to seeing. So most people don't want to eat the same thing every day. They want to try something different, right? So if you're different, that could be an appealing trait. It's not bad to be different. So to other young men like this one, don't ever count yourself out of any situation. There is never no woman that's too good for you. That's how I approach life. I don't think any woman's too good for me, period. Right? Every woman is up for grabs. It may mean you have to modify your approach somewhat, but don't view it like you're not good enough for somebody, right? And if you're not good enough for somebody, level up. So that they're like, oh, I misjudged you. There's more than meets the eye. Let me see what this is about. So, just some sound advice for people who are in the dating field.
Here, your name and age?
I'm Justin. I'm 34.
And Justin, what do you do?
Well, I'm a CEO of a logistics company nationwide, semi-truck cleaning and fleet company.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Well, I mean, she's a very beautiful lady. It just seemed like she was a little downspoken. She wasn't very confident when she walked out. I like timid, outspoken people, shy. Straight to the point, like, hey, what's up? I'm here. This is what we got going. So nothing against you. It's just you seem like a very nice person.
Yeah. That is a great observation. I like that from this young man. I did pick up on that. That was one of the flaws that I think about her, is that she was kind of like, her body language was kind of posturing down. She was being soft-spoken. I don't believe that that's the real her. I just think that maybe she has a little stage fright. But that's a good observation, because I actually picked up on that. She seems to be impressed a little bit by this guy's confidence, right? She's taller than him. You can tell he's a confident man, posture, right? At the same time, obviously he's got a good job, got things going for himself, very well spoken. And you can already see in her body language that she's kind of assessing it like, oh, this guy's handsome. There's more than meets the eye there. So I kind of get the sense that, maybe there may be some interest there too. He might actually be her type.
Yeah. But, he's not loud enough for me.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, honestly, I'm like really nervous being here.
Oh, I can tell, That's why I don't want to like use that against you, but that's what it is for right now, so.
That's fine.
And now is Justin, that's the name? Justin, is Justin someone that's your type?
Not really. Just not really the type that I typically go for. Yeah, you're very handsome. And yeah.
When you say type then and then you call me handsome, you mean like in what way? What kind of type?
Yo, he put the dot on the spot. That's one of the most reoccurring comments that we see.
Yeah.
Stop saying someone is so beautiful
and
then they're not your type.
Yeah.
You're breaking them down like, you're gorgeous. I love your jawline, everything about you, but you're not my type. So he put on the spot. Let's see what she gonna say.
I guess maybe someone a little more taller, but I
get
it's just
that a
my
lot.
preference, I
Aw.
guess.
The height thing. The height thing comes to bite another man. Yeah. I think she thinks he's a cute guy, just maybe a little too short for her. It's a real thing.
Okay, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Honestly, I'm gonna have to ask all of you guys that said yes to pop your balloon.
Yo,
let me say
hold
this.
on.
This is mine.
She locked them up perfectly. She said, "Oh, y'all take it off. Oh, y'all get out of here." She locked them up.
I got that.
That's what I meant when I said they nervous. Like,
that was pretty gangster though. That she's actually very smart. All she had to do was pop one balloon, but she's like, I don't even want to hear nothing from nobody. If you got kids, it's a non-starter, right? Deal breaker. I am finished here. All of it, kaput, out of here. She wasn't having it. She's not one for kids. You got to respect it. She knows what she wants, and she doesn't want a guy with kids.
they know something is coming. They like, yo, she ain't even saying that. She just walking off. Like, you got 4. All right, you got 10 kids? All right, bet. You got 2? Yo, go ahead and pop it off. What you got to say, Jay?
You took it.
She locked them up.
You took it.
She a mob boss. So that was so gangster.
It was so smooth.
She was like, all right, I'm gonna have to ask y'all to leave everywhere. I get out of here.
It is, in terms of her femininity, she comes across as very feminine. Not like an overbearing personality, but she's soft-spoken. And you'll see a lot of men, they'll react to that, right? They like a soft woman. So I think in a way that is actually working in her favor as to why a lot of guys probably had their balloon on pop.
Got it. And now is he someone that's your type?
Yeah. Very attractive.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you look
so much. He said, just leave. All right. That's
drink alone at home, and that's just a little bit too much for me because I rarely drink because I like to be in control of my body and stuff. I've never been married or divorced, and I've never cheated.
Okay, just a quick feedback. I think these are some stellar men that's being presented. All good jobs, all very well spoken, all seem like they carry themselves relatively well, respectable men. And all these answers to me are valid responses, I think. This young man is saying, look, I have a standard. I don't want to deal with a woman who I perceive to be a drunkard. I like to have self-control, so I'd like to be with a person who is self-controlled and not beholden to alcohol. And, the person wasn't, he cut the strings. You know what I mean? That shows me that he's principled, that he is a man of purpose. He knows what he wants and what he likes. And whenever something doesn't align to it, he cuts it off. That to me is good. Those are good men. So she has some good options here. Let's see what she goes with. All right, let me translate what just happened just now. Pretty much homie was saying, you asking too many questions in a public setting about things that are personal to me in nature. What happened with me and my ex-girlfriend is my private business that I don't want to necessarily display on national television, right? So I don't really got an answer for you on these type of things. And it seems like the questions are a bit invasive, and I'm private. So if me and you clicked up and we linked up, then we can have these discussions in a private setting. But I'm not about to discuss my past experiences, my situation with you in this public place in front of the whole world to see. I.e. translation, maybe his responses are maybe his past experiences is not as clean, cut, and dry as some of the other people's are. Maybe there's a little bit of turmoil and stuff that he doesn't want to get into over the airwaves here. So he would rather just bow out rather than be exposed and, you know what I'm saying, for a woman that he's not even sure is interested in him. I like that. That's actually a very tactical way of doing things. I think it's respectable.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Tall, dark, and handsome. So I would say, yeah, you're my type. Okay.
And I'm not gonna hold you. Body language is crazy. Like you see his posture, manly man. Like I'm not gonna have no discussion with you. Again, zone in on her facial expressions, right? Look at this. Squinty eyes, big smile. He's maintaining frame, right? But she's in her feminine around a guy like that. Versus, you're too short for me, or you know what I mean? Like, and he's not complying. He's not answering any of her questions. He's just like, look, you're not really for me. You ask a lot of personal questions. I'm good. I'm out. And now she's like into him. There's something about him. The body language is there, so she's kind of into him. So I don't know. These couple dudes might actually have a chance outside of the show, outside of the lights. We'll see.
And then, so is she someone that is your type? I know that question is what made you pop, but is she someone that's your type?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yo, I don't know what it is about Jay.
Yeah.
He looked like he can make some bomb oxtails, yo.
Ooh.
It's just something about his fit, his cut, his demeanor. He's giving
You
me
know what
so-
it is? To me, it's like the island vibe.
Right.
Even the colors,
Yeah,
it's like
it's
pastel,
his
like
look. Yo,
yeah.
I've seen someone like him plenty of times.
It's a vibe, man. I'm telling you. See, this goes to another point, and I want to speak to. I believe confidence is something you wear. You wear confidence, right? He's not the best dressed up there, but he's comfortable. He's confident, right? He's got an aura. And look how it's affecting the lady. She's into him. He's not the most outspoken. Didn't say anything to try to impress her, but he's confident. He's wearing that aura. And you can see the rooms reacting. Even the people observing him are like, something about this dude is super chill. It's his aura. It's his vibe, right? And it's true. Caribbean men tend to be vibey dudes. So, and that's not to say it's only exclusive to Caribbean men. You know, different people have their own kind of swag, their own kind of thing. But, you know, we're just comfortable in our skin. It's a way of life. All right, let's see who she settles with out of the ones who didn't pop.
Putting that sauce on my oxtail when I had to pay like $30 for it. He's just, you know what I mean? Yo, but shout out though, no, we just being silly.
All right, let's
the least.
I guess when it comes to like immediate physical attraction, it just wasn't really there.
Right.
But you're very handsome, and I'm sure someone else will love you. So
good gosh.
Fair enough. She's my type. I think she's great. I was waiting to see more information because you know doctors are pretty busy with their work-life balance, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely thought they would have worked.
Yeah, he liked it too.
Guys, any questions for our girl? Okay, right over here.
So, what is some of your characteristics of a healthy relationship?
So I think loyalty is very important, and also communication, like making sure you're communicating. Like, for example, if you can't text me because you're busy all day, like just telling me in the morning, like, oh, I'm not going to be able to text, but I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Rather than just like, you know, ghosting me and like ignoring my messages. Yeah. So I feel like communication, loyalty, those are all very important. Obviously not cheating and things like that. And then also making time for each other. So like, I'm not someone like, I don't expect someone to take me on a date like every single week, like all the time. Like I understand. And then like, you know, there's free things that we can do. Like one of my dream dates is like a picnic and like in like the park or something. And like, I feel like, you know, that's something you could like buy $20 worth of groceries at Walmart and have it. Wow. I don't need to be taken somewhere like
I know.
She's adopted.
She's awesome.
She's pretty. She's in shape. She's young.
She's very refreshing.
She's
young. She's young, but she's 27. So she's like
$20.
Yeah, will make her day. Yeah.
Who is she, yo?
No, but she definitely has a really good head on her shoulders. You could tell she's not just educated, but her heart. You could feel her energy. That's very genuine. Very
And this is to the fellas and even the ladies. You could chime in on this when she said, if you're not able to text me out, you know, throughout the day, just tell me in advance. I think some people will say, okay, she just wants communication. some might say that's needy. That's a little cringe or, clingy. I mean, so I just want to know what y'all think about that.
No, as a woman, it's like you want to have that reassurance. Now that reassurance doesn't have to, be every hour blowing up, but it's you know what, you're thinking of me, you're being considerate. Like women want to know these things. They want to feel these things. So, just keeping them in the loop. I completely get where she's coming from with that.
Okay. I don't know if all the other females will agree.
Yeah, let me know.
But
Okay, so I do have a comment on this. I think it's a valid point. If anybody has ever dealt with a young lady, you know that they want to be valued by you. They want to know that you're thought of, that they're thought of. Guys, if you're not willing to do this, you're not really willing to have a girl. Just keep it real. Now, most women like to feel like their man is thinking about them. You know what I'm saying? So in this case, she's not out of the norm by saying that. A young lady wants to feel like she's thought of by you. So a lot of times communication doesn't even have to be big. Hey, how you doing? Hope all is well. Thought of you, wanted to shoot you a quick text. Got a short break from work. Thought of you. Another thing I found that's pretty effective, leave a video message. Hey, thought of you. Hope everything's going well. It's personal. The person knows that they're being thought of. It took you 10 seconds, maybe 3, you know what I mean, to leave the message, in and out. And then, if you can't talk, you can say that, hey, I can't really talk. I'm in and out of meetings. I'm ripping and running. I got a lot going on, but want to leave you a message, let you know that you're being thought of. That goes a long way, fellas, for the young lady to feel like, you really thinking about her and that she means something to you, right? So it's just a tactic. Not saying you have to do it. Some men don't, you know what I mean? And that works for them too. So you just kind of got to read it from one person to the next. I find 9 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10, they like to be checked in on. They like to know that, you care and that you're thinking of them, that type of thing. So, don't do it every minute on the hour, because that's a little crazy. They don't like that type of attention. But slide it in there from time to time. It will definitely get you a long way. All right. I think she's liking this dude. If I had to guess, I'm going to assume from a height standpoint, build standpoint, she seems to be into the athletic fit thing, height thing. Dude seems to be well put together. I think that matches her fit. I'm going to put my money on old boy right here. I'm going to say that she's going to go with him. But we'll see. Maybe the other guy might surprise me.
Yeah,
maybe you're not the type who needs that.
Do you need for your man to text you in the morning and say, hey, this is going to be one of them days. I may not hit you till at night. Or is that like something that you just rather wait and get an update about? I don't know. We like to know.
Okay.
All right. She basically just answered everything we talked about a few minutes ago. Or explain why she comes off that way.
And I totally agree with this point too. I want to, elaborate on this a little more. It is an absolute fact that if somebody can't find a time for you, they're not your person, period. Because there's somebody they're willing to find a time for at the end of the day. I'm telling you right now. There are women that will go out of their way for a man, take sick days, do whatever they need to do. If that man tickles their fancy, they will do it. And there are men who will totally reorganize. They will miss their own kids' events to go be with a young lady. So if a dude can never find a time, that's deliberate. He's not really that into you. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a situation where, maybe he don't have time, then you be flexible. And if you don't have time, then he'll be flexible, right? But somebody's got to be willing to meet the other person halfway. Her point is valid. She's a doctor. Doctors are always on call. They got a lot going on. And guess what? Her passion is to do the TikTok, to influence, to teach gymnastics. She's not going to allow her profession to take her away from what makes her feel whole as a person. So she's going to make the time. She's going to create boundaries around her work schedule, and she's going to make the time for those things that matters. I believe that if there's someone in your life you should decide to make the time for them. Now, it's different if a person's making time for you and you're not receiving it well or reciprocating. Now they shift. That's a difference. So that's a caveat to what I'm saying. But it is important, anybody giving you, I don't got the time, they're jonesing. They don't want to make the time for you. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. So it makes perfect sense. Yeah, you will make time for the things and the people that matter the most. You will.
Okay, it's time to pop.
Oh my God, this is hard.
I bet.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So you're 39.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 34.
34.
34.
Okay.
She's 27.
Honestly, like
he kind of dropped the ball a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. He could have said, hey, I understand why you would feel a way about that. But, I'm on the other side of 40. I'm not pressed. There's no pressure. You know what I mean? And we can get to know each other and go at a pace that you're comfortable with. He could have pushed back because that's her concern. She's got her little concern. But to me, there's other arguments he could have made as well. He could have said, well, you know what? They say most men tend to know what they want around this age. Most men tend to be a bit more established around this age. I'm just at that place where it's ideal for women like you to seek a man. Right? I don't know why women believe this, but just because a man's close in age to you doesn't necessarily mean he's compatible or the best for you. Because age doesn't necessarily determine that man's maturity. It doesn't determine that man's how established or what his status is. Right? He could be a young guy, but he could be a very accomplished young guy. Right? What may have taken others 40 years to accomplish, somebody can accomplish in 20. Would you hold that against him because he's too young? Or he could be an older guy, but he's more fit, more well developed, more well balanced than the guy your age. Do you then hold that against him? So to me, there's a couple of things that I think, really kind of speaks. It just kind of takes away from those things, but she has her preferences. I think she has an idea of what she wants. And I was wrong. I thought he had it. She admitted that she was really attracted to him. I could kind of feel that through the body language. And even as she's doing that, she's kind of hesitating about it. Low key, he might even be able to slide. I'm not going to hold you. But I think, I think from an age standpoint, this guy seems to be a little more well-spoken for her. I don't really see the connection. I think that dude's a little timid. He doesn't stand out to me. I think she would probably run all over him. I'm not getting that type of vibe from him, but maybe I'm missing it. We'll see. But that's her guy.
Very attractive, beautiful smile. And then also I like that you have to be disciplined in order for a career like that. And then it's still within that discipline, you were able to, maintain your femininity. So
it's credit. I know I said a couple critical things. There's a lot of things that worked with him. He ain't have to say much. He ain't have to convince her. He showed up, probably the best dressed in there, very well put together, clean cut, right? Does something, he's obviously a very accomplished man. He's got a good job and things going for himself. And he just presented himself in his aura. He was confident, didn't say or do too much, and the rest fell into place. So sometimes that's the play as well. You shouldn't have to convince somebody to want you, right? If they can't see it, if they can't feel it, if the vibe isn't there, let it be what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my man did. So congratulations to him. He won that match. And, I'm happy that they were able to form a connection.
That's it.
Okay,
that's it. It worked out. It worked out. So that's
all right, guys. That's it for us on this episode of the Intercourse Show and our love movement segment here where we're, commenting on relationships and things of that nature. I'm glad these two was able to find a match. For those of you still out there, be optimistic. there may be areas of your life you can refine and change. I don't got all the answers. I mean, I have some life experiences, and therefore it gives me some perspective. So if anything I've said has been beneficial to anyone, I definitely, thank you that I was, able to give you some gems. If there's things that maybe I didn't say quite like you thought it should have been said, forgive me. Take the meat, spit out the bones, right? But we are very, very grateful that you're connected. So definitely encourage everyone to like and subscribe and stay connected to our podcast, and just to let your voice be heard as well. All right. We have a lot more great content for you, and we'll continue to do our best to be entertaining. All right. God bless. Y'all have a good one. Okay. Welcome to our back to the last segment of the show. We are going to end up on a positive note tonight. Okay. It's the Intercourse Show Music Corner. I like to do this because I feel like it brings some balance to the show. Music is a way of life for a lot of people, and I like to celebrate people with musical talents. Now, there's a lot of known artists, and there's some unknown artists who have freestyles on various platforms. I like Just Incredible freestyles. He tend to have a lot of good freestyles. And there's a Tennessee rapper on there named, I want to say Dro or something like that. Maybe that's how you say his name. But he comes hard on this one. So without any further ado, I got to share it with everybody because I thoroughly enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and let my man cook.
It's that time, hip hop, baby. Just Incredible's freestyle series. See what we have, my boy. 250 Ricky is here. Finesse 2 times. Hey, he came to drop some bars tonight, baby. Memphis is out here. All the way in LA.
You know how I do it, them towns.
Oh, yeah, about to go crazy. Let's do it,
You
man.
have to see the shit I've been through. You might not believe me if I tell you. My old head put the 12 on me. I ain't got no respect for elders.
Nice.
I ain't got no respect for nothing. Niggas want some action, I ain't ducking. I'm from Memphis 10, but I ain't bluffing. Bust down cuss, but I ain't cuffing. Hey, hop out the lamb truck. 40 Glock ain't no way it could jam up. I get caught with this bitch, I'm a man up. Do a 10, come back, run them bands up. They want my name on headstone, whack his mama, they gon' say I'm dead wrong. Free my little niggas, they know I love them, but I don't wanna talk on no fed phone. I been through it all, the jail, the wall, betrayal from dogs, ran in with law. My BMF calling me asking for money. When I was locked, she blocked all my calls, and I ain't bringing up the past.
Yeah.
I'm just staying on point for the future. They ain't fucking with me, I ain't fucking with them. Fuck you, man, feelings mutual. I played the fifth, I hushed up. R.I.P. to Malik, they were fucked up. If you think you say just cause you got money, you wrong, cause you can get touched up. Yeah, I come from the projects, I looked up. Now I'm stepping on toes, they stuffed up. Got your bitch backstage getting bust up. They ain't see this shit coming, I snuck up. So pussy to feed us. Used to ask for their help, now they need us. Brought my daddy some Gucci, he G'd up. I jumped out in that Prada, I'm peed up. See these niggas in traffic, they freeze up. I put on for them C's, I'm 3'd up. Had to give me some money when got me a pack, got it off and right back and read up. I'm the man with the plan. I was behind it all. They screaming federal fed, but ain't been behind them walls. I never get cocky when I'm getting money, cause you can rise and fall. She sucking my dick while we in the jacuzzi, put me in the mind of jaws. These niggas fake it to make it. I really was facing them cases. I really was gelling at Mason with no conversation. I'm patiently waiting. I'm coming like crack in the 80s. I'm back to the bases, ain't talking, yo got it.
Come on.
I told my nigga, hold on, I'm coming back home. He called him a body.
Crazy.
They tried to blame a nigga. They tried to change a nigga. They painted a picture like I was a monster. They tried to frame a nigga. I really live what I'm rapping.
Yeah.
These niggas tell another nigga story, and I put my life on this chorus, nigga.
He came through and gassed up, man. Finesse 2 times. 250 Ricky.
Yes, sir.
In a fucking game, man. Bars. Hey, Memphis is in here. Yo, the chains is going crazy, man. It ain't a rumor. They told me when you came through it was going to be flooded in here.
Yeah. Turn the heat on.
Tell the people about the new project you about to drop, man.
All the War, November 22nd.
Crazy.
What's going on, man? I'm taking over the streets. I'm back, you know what I'm saying?
See that.
I'm back outside. I'm back off the charts. I'm back, yeah. They can get ready. Yeah, it's the new one.
Thank you.
That's what's up. Well, that's Just Incredible. Definitely support his podcast and what he's got going on. And definitely support my man, his project coming out. That's the show for us tonight, folks. Thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for allowing us to entertain you. And I am Mr. B. We are signing out until we see you again. Put God first and let him lead you. God bless.